is what we call
hater shit.
There is no better term.
But I guess Dylan and Marissa must have been fighting again on New Year's and New Year's Eve. I don't know. I can't keep up with them. I got too much on my plate. And so I just saw where Dylan, his story, it said, please tell me that somebody saw when this girl said I was doing duster / nitrous, and then she called the police on me about my drug problem, LOL. Which I did hear that. He was like, I woke up and I gave you a pitch and breakfast or something, and she's like, you woke up doing nitrous. I'm like, whatever. See, Dylan missed this other. She literally grabbed it off the ground out the alley and then got high with her friends at my house while she had me locked up from bogus domestic. Are you kidding me? I honestly, I think I believe that. Y'all are weird as heck. Don't y'all know how Aaron Carter passed away? Like, why do people do this duster, nitrous oxide, weird shit? Like, you are pretty much playing with death. You don't know if you're gonna fucking wake up. That shit's so scary. That's scary. I can't. I could not watch anyone do that. The little arguments between the two. Okay, I'm gonna try to read it like here. Okay. Look, the girl has 0 bills. We split, or I pay more than half of everything, but she wants to cap on the internet like she's a big girl. Tag Marissa. Think twice about doing business with somebody who doesn't have a car, can't afford their rent, and why would you let them manage anything of yours when their own stuff isn't profitable? Wowzers. I think he's calling her out. He's trying to kill her career. Okay, $2,500. I don't know with this. Let's look per again. I don't know. $2,500. I pay him on rent. All his online gaslighting is ridiculous. Something that I need to prove this to everyone, but it's just hilarious. Something absolutely nothing he says. Someone said something story, something more reasonable. And then, I mean, there's truth to everything, but that's just weird. Yeah, that's weird. They're both just weird. And then he tagged, is that the buddy she texted with? Hey, if you're looking for someone to manage your OnlyFans and help grow your online presence, hit up Marissa and Lucid Talent. They can show you how to make $12,000 of OnlyFans over the course of a year. Course of a year? No, he didn't. Oh, stop. I'm sorry. My family, the kids, the gym, church, meditation, my car, my home, therapy. Haven't heard her mention much about church.
To tell you guys one more thing. So Sundays I usually watch my sermon, or like not even every Sunday, just randomly whenever.
Oh, hell no. You talking about that person who ain't even a Christian. You talking about, girl, you better be careful who you watch. Please pull up, show me who you watch, because I bet you it's that guy. Please pull it up.
Or I need it, or have time, or energy, or mental energy.
I'm sorry. The church online is for whenever you cannot make it to church, you're sick, your kids are sick. You need to be involved in a church. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would actually really help people. I don't think people understand, like, oh, I don't have to be, religious or love God and go to church. No, yeah, you can love God, you can be all of that things and not go to church. But let me tell you how much it helps whenever you're in a church, like in God's church with God's people, and you got all of this love and surrounding you and you're worshiping, it's so much different than watching it online.
Like, not even every Sunday, just randomly whenever I need it or have time or energy or mental energy. And every single time, the last few times that I've tried to turn one on, it's like there are weird words and explanations inserted in places that don't make sense. I don't think it's like legit. And the crazy part is that I don't know the Bible well enough to know if they're like making a change in the story.
Because you're probably listening to a false prophet. That's why you need to take your butt into a real freaking church, not a little chain church. Little chain churches where you're like, oh, let's have these pastors move on up and make millions of money. Like, oh, their day's coming.
So I'm just trying to pay attention and like, that doesn't sound right. And they've done it with audiobooks. They make them say things that are not real. It's just fucked up.
Example.
So, like I said, they've taken away every single coping method that I have one by one by one by one. The gym, God, therapy.
They did not take away God. Or you, what the fuck? First of all, I want to see an example. Second of all, ain't nobody could take God away. Only you could push him away, but he'll still be there. Nice. Heather Gillespie, someone please help me file criminal and civil lawsuits against everyone involved for the millionth time, asking it seems like. 34 weeks pregnant.
This is just another episode. Reason 530.
Another episode. She really do be thinking her life is like a movie.
Why it's inhumane to leave adults or children or any human being living in a fucking tent when we have more than enough access to apartment buildings and other reasonable housing options. It is absolutely impossible to keep clean. Number one, I have to go potty in a cup. Oh. If it's number two, I have to go walking around the neighborhood looking for a business that's open to go number two. We have to do everything in a 4-foot by 11-foot space. Crumbs from food. Literally.
Okay, I wanted you, Heather, if you're watching, rewind it back and start from the beginning and listen to all of this stuff that you're saying. Because this is all of the stuff that you would rather go through than to get evaluated and go with your family. Like, isn't it, it's crazy. And I'm not even going to pretend that I know, like, that I have no idea what she's thinking. I have no idea. She's just crazy. But she's sitting here naming all this crap that she's going through. And it's like, all you have to do is just make things right, act right, apologize. And it's just... So I do have my compassion is not as strong as it was, even though you are pregnant, sadly, because it's because of you. It's all because of you, Heather, and you're not doing anything about it. So it's hard to feel bad for someone who willingly does it on their own every single day.
Trying to get any work done, trying to sleep, it's disgusting. I'm 34 weeks pregnant. Look at the floor. This is cement. This is pavement. It hurts my body. I wake up in pain multiple times a night. Area hospitals know, my primary care physician knows, and law enforcement knows. Degrading, inhumane, I don't want to be a part of it. I want to press charges against everyone involved. So,
I don't know how this is still going on 4 years later. Most certainly unlawful and unconstitutional, not to mention completely unethical in every way. Inbox, LinkedIn, Divine Service, Priceline, LinkedIn, yeah.
Back in 2019, when Dylan was released and started becoming completely out of control on drugs and alcohol and abusive, I requested that the courts take him away, put him back into some sort of drug rehab, that his probation or parole or whatever it's called be violated, because I was concerned for his safety. He was fishing out to the point where his body would turn blue, he would convulse, and he would lay on the floor for anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes at a time. Marissa has also posted proof of this.
Oh, wow.
Now, even after he was arrested, and
I mean, I know that, obviously, but it's just, it's crazy how I don't want to think about that anything bad happening, but I'm sorry, you can only play with fire for so long. Like, it's crazy it's been this long that he's been doing stuff like that.
Requested an emergency order of protection. I asked for a notification system. Now I guess it's called Vine, where the victim gets informed at any change of the offender's status.
Yes.
Today, 4 years later, look what they send me.
Oh my gosh, she found out he got arrested. Oh, I had to do that with somebody. I'm not going to say who, and I totally forgot, and I kept on getting emails, and I was like, what in the world? But that is really good, though, that they do that, so you are aware. That's pretty important. That is so crazy. I'm so curious how she reacted, and if Xavier was around, I wish I was there.
Account, which is my primary phone line. The only thing I use my iPhone for is FaceTime messaging and video calling to my family, mainly my children. I speak with my father through Google. And Google Voice is my main line. So I do have multiple complaints filed formally with Google Voice asking that they assist me in preventing these unwanted calls. I also have several hundred.
Oh, she's gonna get mad. They must be in the same spot.
It's a disgusting, pathetic person, like I said before, or group of people who choose to invest their time documenting the unfair and unlawful abuses that she has lived through. Beginning first and foremost.
All right, let's check the comments. It's glitchy.
I have 3 children. So I'm pregnant with number 4. I'm 34 weeks, 3 days, and Swedish Covenant just denied me an appointment. So even with the referral from my primary. So I've been seeing my primary the entire pregnancy. I have my ultrasounds and my lab work that I carry around with me because it looks like I'm going to be going into labor and a stranger is going to be delivering my baby. And I'm not happy about that at all. It brings me a tremendous amount of...
Oh my gosh, bring on the fakeness.
Press charge involved, as I've said relentlessly for the past 4 years.
Nearly an audience of 3K with only 1 like. So weird and doesn't match the reported analytics at all. The real Xavier is MIA again. She put Mia, but is MIA again. They sent this sabotage version, but my piece won't be disturbed right now.
All right, so I got the last color for the baby's blanket. And this is how far along I am. Like a gray, sage, paisley kind of color. And I'm just doing the 3 panels, and then on the corners I'm gonna put silky tassels and velvet and like different textures so that it can be a sensory blanket as well. I have 6 weeks left of this pregnancy. If we go to 40 weeks, I'm 34 weeks and 3 days today.
1/8/24, Heather Gillespie. Refused an appointment by Swedish Covenant Hospital, referred by PMD to Dr. Stacy Brown. Reason? Our doctors won't see new patients after 28 weeks. That's crazy.
Can you imagine what your energy or what it must feel like to just be like mistreated with no explanation, ignored like you don't exist? Week after week, after year after year. Got another referral for a Dr. Stacy Brown out of Swedish Covenant Hospital. For those of you who have been with me, I lost the babies, the twins that Xavier and I were pregnant with at 18 weeks, 6 days while staying in an Airbnb on the north side last year. Was taken by EMS and fire department to Swedish Covenant for surgery. they don't accept patients after 28 weeks.
Dude, she's such a bitch. Like, she was like, what was I saying? Like, she's... And I've now tried Burt's Bees, Blistex, Aquaphor, Baby Lotion on my lip that has been split right down the middle for 3 weeks now. Nothing works. That was funny. Okay. No resolution for the stolen air mat I'm supposed to be sleeping on that was taken from Amazon last week. Literally sleeping in pain on cement with only a sleeping bag under me. 34 weeks, 3 days pregnant. 11:01 a.m., 1/8/24.
You, for all these universal vibrations and God believers and people who look at a situation like mine, much like I have, and say you've got to have a good attitude. That's all you can control right now. They are coming at me, like I said last week. It's as if I'm a grown man that they have tied down to a chair and enlisted a group of other grown men to beat the fuck out of me, completely defenseless, except I'm not a grown man. I'm a single pregnant woman with 3 children and 1 on the way. What is it going to take, you know? And to keep your vibe high and stay walking in faith and believing in God and all these unrealistic expectations when they've destroyed my gym membership, they've destroyed my peace, they've destroyed my household, they've destroyed my vehicle. What do you really want from me? Like, what do you want? Now, my husband, Xavier, who is a straight man, who only under the control and nefarious influence of people who sexually assault him, I would assume, turns into this very feminine, cross-dressing creep.
Girl, y'all need to talk about that. I'm getting tired of hearing him dressing up like that. Like, y'all need to sit down and let him know, baby, this is what you do, this ain't for me. She's always talking about him cross-dressing, but it's like he has no clothes, you know, so he probably just uses what she throws away. He probably doesn't really dive into, like, the charity boxes like she does. I don't know where she goes, but she finds some decent clothes, and I guess he doesn't go the same area. It's weird. He's like, I'm fine. I got your leggings and your claw clip in my hair. I got a sweater. No socks, just flip-flops.
And he knows that we had plans today to go take food to my 2 big children.
Oh, wow.
That is what the I do every month. He is with me and we go and do it. I take it to the small child first and then to the bigger children. Today's the day. He left at 9. He was supposed to be back here at 11 or 11:30. It's now damn near 2 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, what is he doing? See, I'm telling you, Xavier just likes to be out there. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to go. He just wants to be free. He's like, I'm out the fucking tent. I am not coming back. Like, I will get lost out here. He just wants a break from her. And he wants to just explore, you know? He just wants to go away. Dang. Could y'all imagine if every time he left like that, he really went to go see his dad? I'm sorry, Dad. He's a bitch. Like, she's a bitch. Like what she's done to me.
Where the is Xavier? And it's these people involving themselves that supposedly claim they want to help. They're not helping anyone. They're making more drama. They're making more problems. They're making more pain. Like, what the Just sitting here in this fucking tent, trying not to blow my brains out. Probably God got me pregnant again because at this...
Don't, girl. All right, but let me just hear.
Point of this fucking torture, literal, I would have most certainly blown my fucking brains right out of my head by now. Only because I'm pregnant, I do not murder myself. I cannot fucking take it. This is treacherous. It's freezing cold. They're fucking with the electricity again. 4 years and counting of this unlawful displacement. Neither of my big kids are answering. The baby still hasn't answered. She's 10. I'm denied medical treatment by Swedish Covenant. Even though I have insurance, I'm denied medical treatment by Amita Ascension. Even though I have...
Oh my gosh, Heather, at this point, I think we all freaking know you're just not going to go to a doctor's appointment. You're just going to go to the hospital and give birth. I mean, you're what, 35 weeks pregnant? You don't have that much longer to go. Yeah, if you were established somewhere, if you actually cared in the beginning, Heather, you would have a freaking doctor. And you don't have to go through this. But obviously you thought you were slick and you were trying to jump through all these little hoops so you wouldn't have to take drug tests. You wouldn't have to draw blood. You wouldn't have to do urine. Like, you don't want to do anything because at the end, they're still going to take the baby boy. I'm sorry, but they're going to take him. Because you don't deserve him, and you have shown us that you don't deserve him. Not one time did you make a decision for that baby instead of over yours. For instance, if you didn't want to go to a hotel, oh well, screw it. Someone else was paying for it for the baby, not for you. It was for the baby. You couldn't even stay in a hotel room for a baby because you wanted cash. That's so weird. I hate it. Like, you had so long to get your shit together, but I'm glad you went ahead and showed everybody who you were not. Because if you were to put on a front and actually try to get a job and try to get a house and try to take care of this baby and try to keep this baby, and people would actually think you loved him and you would take care of him, and maybe there's a possibility you should have him. But nope, you showed us this whole entire time, Heather. You don't care. Not one lick about that baby boy, or else you would have done something. It is too late. That's what I tell you. You don't get chances with kids. At least not with my kid. You get one chance, bitch. One fucking chance.
Insurance. They're uncomfortable with my social media presence. I'm 35 weeks pregnant, 34 weeks, 3 days. So I've got nowhere with 311, which is part of the hopelessness. There's no explanation that makes any sense for me not being at home, in my own home, with my own car in my driveway and my children. There's just none of this adds up. It's crazy making to even think about. On top of that, the character and personality changes with the people around me are just uncanny. And if you go back to the One Heather GEE account, you could see that I've been documenting this for 4+ years now. I can't take it anymore, you guys. It's fucking awful. I started calling everyone. 15 cases closed with 311 shelter placement since October. We're barely only in January. 15 cases and you've not helped us at all? I've been paying taxes since I was 14 years old. Where are all these programs that supposedly...
I don't understand that part, but when was the last time you paid taxes, Heather?
To the homeless. Then on top of that, I started calling church programs, maternity homes for moms who want to stay with their babies after birth.
34 weeks, 4 days, pregnant. 1/8/24. Cinnamon as F, non-stop combing flakes into my headspace with his fingers. Hair clipping his hair with pearl decorations, wearing lady clothes for the is Xavier. Can I see a picture, please? It'll make my day. I want to laugh. I want to laugh.
Whatever. I will literally do anything. If it means I'm not allowed to go outside, like I have to be in the house. Like,
what? You're such a liar. Like, y'all. Do y'all remember in the beginning, but I don't even know if she was pregnant at the time. She may have been. I don't know. This was before and after she got pregnant. Whenever that shelter, like, would take her, but she didn't want to go because you had to be inside. I think it was by 8 o'clock, I'm sure. Which, like I've said before, like my mom always told me, ain't nothing good happen at night anyway, so you need to stay inside. Stay inside. And I don't even, like, you're not supposed to do drugs, but some of those shelters don't even test you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be hard. But she's saying, I would literally do anything. Well, months ago, Heather, so you and the baby were, like, could be comfortable, and you could start working with a caseworker and getting a job and seeing a doctor and seeing, like, what you need to focus on. And you denied it. And now you're like, I'll do anything. I'll stay in the house. Really? Why wouldn't you do that before? Now it's a little too late.
A prisoner, whatever it is that these programs require, so that I could have enough time to recover, be with my newborn, it will be at the time, and, prove to whoever that I deserve to have my home back. Like, I'll do it, whatever. None of them, out of every single one that I've contacted, has called back, emailed back, or offered placement.
Like, that's literally not how the world works. Do you think of, like, someone, you're like, oh, sorry, I messed up. I know I had, like, so long to get it together, but now I want to keep my kids, so can you please let me stay somewhere with my kids so I can show you that I do deserve a house and that you should get me a house? That's not how it works, Heather. Unfortunately, you didn't do this in the beginning. You didn't take care of your son in the beginning like you were supposed to, so He's going to go to loving parents who's actually going to put him first day one, every single day. And you're just going to have to fucking understand. You are just very stubborn. You have to understand no one's doing anything for you. If you need help or assistance, that will be there for you if you need it, if you do it correctly. But you can't keep trying to play the system, Heather.
So I'm a bachelor's degreed woman, 3 children that I've successfully raised so far, a 10, 15, and 17-year-old, living in these oppressive...
Did she just say, sorry, I was drinking water. Did she just say she was a bachelor's degree woman?
Treacherous circumstances for going on 4 years now. And being locked in a tent with someone I feel like I cannot even trust.
And Xavier's right there. Like, he just coughed. He's always smoking something. Like, it's so crazy whenever she talks about him and he's right there. So bad. I just wish she would put the camera on him and let Xavier say his side.
Trust Xavier. Who the fuck is this person? Who is this new person?
You don't give it to him. He's just smoking. That's probably why she's mad talking shit about him, as he ain't giving her the pipe. Oh, okay. Let's hurry up and read this. This is nasty. 6 months since I've had a pedicure. You've been homeless for how long? But yet you've been able to have a pedicure? 6 months ago? Wow. She tagged Chicago Police Department. Look at that foot. Okay, 8:26 p.m. I gotta read this quick. 6 months since I've had a pedicure. From February to November 1st, I walked, bike rode, pushed a 200-pound cart, 30 to 60 miles twice a month, then did about another 50 to 100 miles locally on the days I wasn't traveling by foot to the suburbs. I'm 34 weeks, 4 days pregnant, sleeping on the cement outside in a tent in Chicago, reporting to law enforcement daily that nothing has changed and my back and hips are torn up. I need a pedicure and a massage. For the love of someone, please send a gift card. Oh, do y'all see what I'm talking about? She wants to complain. The only thing she pretty much complained about was like her feet not having a pedicure. And then she wants to talk about how she's like, oh, I'm still sleeping on the cement. Send a gift card. What? And then she says, I never thought I would be the unkept woman. I wish someone would just put me out of my misery. Life without love, children, family, and creative freedom is prison. Does she talk? Oh, yeah, y'all look at it. Y'all look at it. Oh, my. 34 weeks, 3 days, pregnant, cannot breathe, to put on a second coat. Space heater is working only on low, and we can't use the blow dryer or the entire thing turns off. Y'all need to stop using that damn blow dryer. Ew, what is that? It's so dirty. What is that thing? Maybe it's lotion? Like right by her leg? Oh, that was the nails red carpet. I was like, what do y'all have here?
I'm thinking about writing a song about how terribly they've been treating me for the last several weeks. I mean, it's been 4 years that I've been being treated like shit. But the last several weeks, it's been...
No, it's been 4 years that you haven't been babied and spoiled, Heather. You've always had some place to live.
But the last several weeks, it's been really bad. You know, I know they take it. I don't know what they do with him, but I know they take Xavier away. He disappears. First, it's awful, right? First, it's like a few weeks with like the squarest version of Xavier. He's really not that square, but he's faking the funk and he's doing a good job. He's like, well,
faking the funk.
Jehovah God will get you for this. I don't need to judge you. Jehovah God is judging you. And I'm like, are you threatening with God, bro? What's your problem? Then the week after that, it's nothing but good Xaviers. And he makes...
Wait a second. That's still a good Xavier if he's telling you. That's good, though, that he's not coming after you and he's letting God handle you. That's pretty much the same thing of people saying, oh, that karma's got you. God's got you. Don't do nothing about it. That's literally in the Bible. You don't do nothing about it. Watch what God does to those people. Like, you're not... That was a good Xavier.
Sure that I'm taken care of the entire time. Then the week after that comes gay or trans Xavier. And I like him, but I don't like him pretending to be my husband, so it makes me resentful and angry.
This is so
That's
weird.
where we're at.
That's just so weird. I just want to see him so bad. I would like to press charges against everyone involved. Like, I want to see him, but I also want him to talk. I want him to express himself and explain his side of the story, but I know she's not going to let him do that because he talks too much and then he'll end up, he don't care. He'll end up saying something that blows something that Heather had already done said. Woo, y'all scared me for a second. I thought that was a can. It is not a can. I repeat, everybody, it is not a can. Okay, adoption planners new submission from homepage contact form.
In addition to all of the other harassment, I did receive back a response from several of the adoption agencies that someone has been fraudulently using my name and pregnancy information to claim that I want to put my unborn child up for adoption, which is absolutely not true. 1,000% not true and incredibly illegal. And I now have numerous witnesses who have also informed law enforcement as well as the feds of this nefarious scheme. So I am saving all of those emails and correspondence. Again, another night of being woken up at 2 a.m., 34 weeks, 4 days pregnant, exhausted. I have nothing left to give this situation. 4 years of this. I have been on every waiting list. I have looked into every resource. There are none. So it seems like the FBI has a much larger case to investigate. Where the fuck is all the federal funding for homelessness and other people who are facing natural disasters? You walk into some of these restaurants, I was outside. They literally made me homeless during COVID. They threw me out of my apartment. I've been in my own apartment since I was 18 years old. I'm 36 now. For the very first time in my life, they threw me out of my apartment unlawfully, separated me from my 3 children who have lived with me full-time their entire lives, have ignored me ever since, at least 5 to 6 requests for shelter assistance to 311 every single month. They do not give a fuck. So when I refer to this situation as being, you guys tied me down to something heavy that I can't escape, like I'm a man, and you sent a big group of men to beat the fuck out of me, I'm defenseless. You have literally tied me up, bound my arms, bound my legs, and just began humiliating and beating me. I'm in pain. I'm exhausted. I want to press charges against everyone involved.
Rico. Sorry. 2024, 15 cases closed via 312 shelter service. Since September, 0 housing provided. Heather Gillespie, I want to press charges against everyone involved. Who is making our shirts? Oh, first of all, I got a bone to pick with somebody. Who made the shirt that is in my intro? That, the hater shit. Because I didn't receive one. And now I want a shirt made that says, I want to press charges against everyone involved. Please, por favor. 1924, I can't breathe either. I wake up in pain. Oh, her Cash App thing says, literally on her Cash App, okay? It says, still no word from Xavier's father about the apartment he promised. Remove the filth from my surroundings. Oh my gosh. She says, any full-time mamas out there want to explain why you would go through if someone opened the door and took your kids one day with no reason against court order and provided no addition infinite. I don't even want to think about that because let's be honest, I would probably be in jail. No, I would be in prison. But all I heard was if someone tried to take your kids away. No one would take my kids away because I'm not doing anything. I don't put drugs and dudes and money and nothing above my fucking kids. Nothing above my kids. I mean, I think by the title of my name, there's damage that would be done. That's where we're different, Heather, is you put Dylan in front of those kids. You put drugs in front of those kids.